Greetings, soul family. I hope everyone is having a great day. I felt it was important that this topic of this video speak about 5 reasons your spiritual awakening is upsetting other people. Okay. Now, I've really been taking notice, and I have my magic book, okay? And so I wrote this stuff down because, to be honest with you, this shit has not been easy for me. I'm gonna be honest. It's been very challenging. It's been difficult. So there'll be more because I'm still going through my journey. There'll be more reasons, so I'm gonna do a couple more videos with the same topic, okay? So consider this like part 1 from what I gathered so far, okay? So I'm gonna go backwards. Number 5, okay? And I'm basically reading from my magic book here. The Hermit Phase restricts your interest in social activity. Now, when you're in the Hermit Phase of your spiritual awakening, you start to withdraw a lot. It becomes excessive. It's almost like you're realizing you're a light worker and you're an empath, and that people around you are draining your energy and you have to protect yourself or you won't have anything left, okay? So you start to retreat into your own personal space. You start to almost, for other people's and from their perspective, they'll say you're neglecting them. You're not calling them like you used to. Y'all don't hang out like you used to. You know, you guys maybe used to do something every week. Maybe every week y'all, went out to dinner. Or every week y'all went to the movies, or, you know what I mean? Y'all had your routines socially. And those social activities are now so unbearable to you while you are experiencing this heartfelt, strong need to retreat and protect yourself and go into your shell, okay? Because when anything is inside of its shell, it's actually protecting itself, it's reserving and preserving, and it is in a stage, in a process of being in a womb and rebirth. So that's what you need to do for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that, you're being rude, or, you're neglecting your friendship. And this is for family, friends, co-workers. This is for everyone that you interact with. They need to understand that you're doing what is necessary for you, and it has to come from a loving place, okay? And the way to love everyone else is to love yourself, okay? Number 4, you no longer are interested in hobbies and passions you share with others, okay? So maybe one of your passions or one of your hobbies was a certain sport. Maybe you played soccer and you were on a team, or maybe you had, a community outreach event that you partook in. It could be several different things. Whatever it is that you did and that was your passion, you realize that it's no longer your passion. Things that you thought were you are starting to break down, and it's not you, boo. It's not you anymore. And people are starting to notice, like, yo, he or she is like literally doing a 360, like, what's up? So your passions are going to start to change. And it's only because when you become aware of your own programming, then you start to realize that those passions were programs that were instilled in you by society, by your parents, by your friends, by people you went to school with. All these different programs no longer work, okay? It's the equivalent of stepping outside of the matrix and then looking at the matrix and realizing, yo, I was in the matrix. Okay. All right. So, number 3, you drastically change your diet and suddenly no longer eat what everyone else is eating. And yes, it is so strange how Maybe you were a meat eater. Maybe you loved, like me, I was a massive, massive meat eater. I used to love me some flesh, honey. And then once I went through my spiritual awakening, the very smell of meat made me nauseous. I can remember throwing up. This is when I realized, like, what I'm experiencing is not only spiritual, it's not only here, but it's in my whole entire being. It's in my body that I have to now change my diet, or I'm going to be throwing up and nauseated by everything that I typically eat. So for me, I know one of my favorite things to eat was cheeseburgers. Like, listen, you take me out to eat, I'm getting my go-to, which is a burger and fries, honey, with some bacon. Okay, yes. And I used to love that stuff, and now I don't even miss it. You know, you're gonna start craving fruits and vegetables. A raw food diet is gonna please you and satisfy you in ways that it never did before. Okay, your whole taste buds are transforming to fit the new you. All right, and that's gonna piss other people off. So let's just say you're married and your spouse does the cooking, and then you start saying, "Oh, I can't eat that. Sorry, that make me nauseous. Now I'm not gonna eat that." They're gonna look at you like, "Well, damn, what do you eat?" You know? And then let's just say, you know, I know with my job, we do a lot of, we foodies, you know, we eat a lot of different things. We like to order out a lot. We always having a birthday party for somebody, so, you know, we like to get food. So people will start to notice, like, "Oh, so you're not gonna eat that? Oh, you're not gonna get no meat? You're not gonna get no oxtails?" Oh, that was my other love, oxtails. And recently they were presented to me in abundance. Okay, my boss went and bought all these oxtail platters, and normally I would be like the first one with my plate, like, yes. Now I'm just like, I think I'm just gonna eat the collard greens. People like, what the hell is going on? So honestly, you know, it's definitely a drastic change that other people are gonna have to get used to. And people start to think that you are crazy. Once again, in the spiritual world, everybody's perception is valid for them. So, you know, don't get upset if somebody's calling you crazy, because in their heart and mind, you really are crazy, and that's okay for them. If that makes them sleep better at night, then let them feel that way. You yourself feel like you're the most sane you've ever been, okay? You're the most sane you've ever been. So you keep doing what you do and allow other people to feel how they're going to feel about it. And you eat your greens, okay? You eat your raw foods, and watch your skin and your body and your insides in general transform to fit the new you, okay? All right. Number 2, you speak less. When you speak, it's short and straight to the point, okay? You're no longer using your words unnecessarily, because you realize that your words are powerful, okay? What we think, we then speak. And when we speak something, that vibration is powerful, and that allows us to manifest. So you're realizing that your words are magical, and you're not going to just randomly spew out randomness from your mouth. You're going to wait until you have something powerful, purposeful, meaningful, and necessary to say, and then you'll say it. And once you're done, you'll go back to being an observer. Okay? So maybe you used to be, you know, used to have the gift of gab. Maybe you used to talk a lot, bust it up a lot. That was probably me. You know, obviously my name is Gabby, right? But Gabby hasn't been so chatty, all right? And it's because once you're going through a spiritual awakening, you realize that every thought matters, in terms of the things that you allow through your mouth. So certain thoughts are meant for you and you only. So it's no need to say the first thing you think anymore. You're actually observing yourself, and you're reserving what's necessary for you and your ascension and your growth. And when something is compelling you to speak on it, then you know spirit is pushing that through you, and you are just a vessel to allow important things to be heard by others. Okay? So other people are not going to like that. People are going to look at you like, well, damn, we can't even have a conversation with you. And, I hate to say it, but that's your business, because in love and light, I have to reserve myself. I have to preserve myself. I have to store up my energy and use it wisely, because I know how powerful I am now. I'm no longer asleep walking through this world. Okay? And since we're talking about being asleep, that moves us into number one. You no longer want to spend time with your friends, family, or coworkers unless they're awake. And you leave sleeping people asleep. Okay? Those of you who are on this path know that everybody is not ready for the information that you have. They're not ready for what you know, okay? You have to be aware of when it's time to share what you know with others. If you do it prematurely, you run the risk of isolating yourself and people thinking you're crazy. Now, that's got to be a risk that you're willing to take sometimes, because in actuality, people fear what they don't understand. So you send those people love and light when they think you're crazy. It's only because they're afraid of the information. They're afraid of the knowledge that you have now that you didn't have before. And so they're looking at you like you did this radical 360. And, why is it that we can't communicate the way we used to? Why is it that when I invite you somewhere, you never show up? You can't do it. The things that you used to do, you no longer can tolerate. Okay? If somebody is asleep, they may not even awaken in this actual lifetime. It might take another reincarnation, another lifetime, or 2 or 3, you never know, for them to actually wake up and realize that this reality is not what you think it is. There's so much more to us as human beings, but because we're more than just a human being, we are human beings having a temporary experience, because we are infinite, immortal soul beings. Okay? We are all beings of light. Once you start to view reality from that perspective, and you put on a different pair of glasses, and you look at this thing for what it really is, it will amaze you. It will scare you at first. So you can imagine and relate to how others feel looking in, who haven't waken up yet. They're looking at you like, yo, this bitch done lost her mind. And that's okay. So that is the 5 reasons so far, the top 5 reasons that I came up with through my own experience as to why your spiritual awakening is upsetting others. I hope everyone has a great day. I appreciate my viewers. Please like, share, subscribe. More videos will be coming. And I really, truly feel as though I'm getting in alignment with my divinity. And this is what I'm meant to be doing. And I hope these videos are helping somebody in love and light.